The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has officially ruled out sale.
Nigeria, the giant of Africa, rich in crude oil, a top 10 producer in the world. But let me ask you, how can a nation swimming in oil still be thirsty for fuel? How can the people who produce it stand for hours in endless queues begging for just a few liters? Isn't it strange? We export millions of barrels of crude oil every day, but import the petrol we need at home, which is just a fraction of the crude oil of the many things you can get from it. Why is that? To really know why Nigeria imports petrol, we need to ask one more question. And that question is, why do our refineries stand silent, rusting away? Well, based on recent reports and analysis, Nigerian refineries face multiple interconnected challenges that have kept them largely non-functional.
Its 4 plants continue to operate well below capacity and sometimes shut down for months.
Currently, as of April 2025, no petrol from Port Harcourt refinery or facility has hit the Nigerian market. In fact, not one of these Nigerian 3 state-owned refineries is refining petrol at a commercial scale, despite Nigeria producing about 1.7 million barrels of crude daily. You see, the country can only refine about 6,000 barrels per day from its state-owned facilities, 1.7 million a day against 6,000 barrels a day. Highly unmarked. Now, why is the next question we are going to ask? Well, to find the answer, we need to look into 4 key things: political interference and governance issues, corruption and mismanagement, structure and technical issues, ownership structure problems. Now, I'm going to explain each and every one of these points. To start with, the political interference and governance issues.
A subsidy program that allowed those connected to politicians to steal hundreds of millions of dollars annually has caused the government huge losses in the past. It scrapped the subsidy 3 years ago, but still, the losses continue to mount.
You see, political interference and corruption have been identified as the key factor that is killing Nigerian refineries, with the widespread corruption and mismanagement cited as the reason for their failure, which is true even though it's not. You see, the refineries became increasingly subjected to interference and directives by politicians, preventing prompt maintenance. Or could that be the reason why Dangote built his own refinery? I'm going to tell you, just follow along. You see, let's look at the second point, why we don't have our refineries working: corruption and mismanagement. This basically involves issues such as weak political will, unstructured refinery licensing scheme, security challenges, and economic factors regarding the regulated downstream market. Now, the third reason why we don't have our refinery working is the structural and technical issues.
In spite of the age of the technologies that produced them over 50 years ago, there are still refineries of that age around the world that are still fully functional.
This is all kudos to the flawed governance we have and the recurring corruption scandal. The claim is that poorly maintained refineries have continued to drain maintenance budget without yielding products. But why will you produce when you're not done maintaining, you're not done with the necessary repairs, and you're expecting results? That seems to me like counterintuitive. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. And lastly, the ownership structure problems. The most pivotal root cause of refineries bankruptcy in Nigeria is that the current ownership structure and business model have failed to adequately provide for the safe and efficient performance of the refineries. This one is way deeper than what it seems and what I've just mentioned. But if you know more about it, let me know also in the comment section below. So basically, research is saying that Nigeria has continued to import petrol because of a complex web of governance failure, corruption, inadequate maintenance, political interference, and structural problems that have persisted despite billions invested in turnaround maintenance over the years. But now, what about the newly built Dangote refinery? Is it still faulty as well? Because the price and shortage of petrol is still standstill as before.
I thought building a refinery like this is supposed to be a pride for everybody.
To know the answer to that very question, you want to stick around I'm going to post that in one of the videos coming up ahead. I am Simply Now. Pleasant days ahead.
Desperate to show up its revenue base, sees the refineries.